Hi, everybody. My name is Linda Thompson, and I'm from the Women's Support Project. And I'm absolutely delighted to be taking part in the event organised by St Paul's Youth Forum in a conversation with Jackson Katz and Michael Hale about gender-based violence and why we need to be talking about it in youth work. I've been really supportive of the whole of the work that's been happening since for a couple of years with St Paul's Youth Forum and how they're trying to really engage with young people and the whole community around issues around gender-based violence. And this event is coming at the end of one of those phases. Now, as a former youth worker and somebody who has worked with young people about sexual health and about relationships, I know how important it is to have these conversations with young people, to create the safe spaces that they can really open up and look at some of these issues, and how we can engage with young people just in our everyday conversations to create and open the doors in which they can feel that they can talk to us. But I also know how intimidating and challenging it can be at times to really think about talking about some of the more difficult issues, you know, things like masculinity, things like consent within sexual relationships, things like pornography and the role of pornography. And I think these kind of events are really encouraging. And I would hope that by the end of it, by the end of that conversation, that we might at least have given some ideas to people and to youth workers, to educators, to community leaders, sports leaders, youth leaders, really anybody that's interested and involved in working with young people. Some of the ideas about how we can create these spaces and talk about gender-based violence in really age-appropriate and positive, but also at times quite challenging ways. So I would say, book yourself a space, grab yourself a coffee and come along and join in the conversation and the chat. And I look forward to seeing you all there.